Well, hi everyone. It's week 11 of our school lockdown, and I'm speaking to you today on our school feast day, our patron saint, St. Peter, his feast day. And I'm coming to you today from one of my favourite spots on our feast day sponsored walk. You can look back and you can see the downs behind me there, which we walk down from. And it's also the point here where we start our journey up to the top of St. Martha's, which marks the halfway point of our sponsored walk. So I thought it quite pertinent that I could do our video from here today. This morning we broadcast our virtual feast day, which was amazing. And I'd like to thank Kevin for leading the way and enabling us to mark our feast day together, even though we were physically apart. The sense of community that we feel when we have our feast day is something very unique. And I don't know about you, but I'm missing it terribly. I'm sure and I hope that you feel that way. However, our theme this year for our feast day was that of hope. And that is what we must have in abundance as we persevere in these challenging times. Now, you are all continuing to be beacons of hope with the work that you're doing and the projects you are completing. Great example of this is a quote that I got from Mrs. Godfrey's bulletin for Year 7 this week. She said, "You are truly amazing. If someone said to me at the start of the year that school would be closed and students would be remote learning for 3 or 4 months, I would have predicted it would be a complete disaster. But you continue to amaze and impress me." Another fantastic week in Year 8 with some great passion projects coming through. Here's an example here. Annabelle Lafar, fantastic St. Peter's sponge cake. Isn't that amazing? And I don't know whether the little figure at the bottom is meant to be me, but there's way too much hair for me, as you will well know. Big shout out in Year 9 for all of you that are carrying on doing some great work on your GCSE work. Big shout out for Finn Wilson, who completed part of his passion project, was cycling from Cranley to Brighton. So well done for you and for keeping going on all of those extracurricular activities that you're doing. Year 10 have continued to be in school this week. It's been so good to have you all here in school. Mr. Collard speaks in his bulletin this week about the goalposts not really moving, not changing in terms of the goal to peak at the end of next year for your exams, and that is absolutely still our focus, and we can promise you that any of these niggles that we've had over the last few weeks we can sort out in preparation for this time next year when we know you're going to be really successful. Year 12, I looked at Miss McAvoy's bulletin this week, and lots of you are doing shout outs for each other, shout outs of appreciation for things that you are doing together, support that you are giving each other, and helping your peers through this challenging time. We really look forward to next week when we're going to welcome Year 12 back into your teaching subject groups for a period of time, so you'll all get to see your teachers face to face before the end of the year. Now, I want you to do something for me. If you weren't able to see the virtual feast day liturgy and the virtual feast day sponsored walk, I want you to do this when the recording comes out. I think Kevin is going to release that to students on Monday. Why do I want you to watch it? Why is it important? Well, for those of us that saw it this morning, I'm sure you'll agree it was an amazing way of keeping connected with our school community. And I've talked about staying connected at various times in my videos over the last few weeks. You stay connected and you maintain well-being, mental fitness, mental toughness, and it will really help. It really was a bit of an emotional journey looking at the virtual feast day activities, and I'd really like you to do that. If you are in Year 7 and you haven't yet had and participated in a feast day sponsored walk and a feast day liturgy and mass, then please do this. It'll give you a really good idea of what you can look forward to next year. And when you've watched the virtual feast day mass and the virtual sponsored walk, I want you to go out and I want you to do good things. And I want you to do good things for you, and I want you to do good things for others. It's a great opportunity off the back of inspirational activities like feast day, like spending time thinking about hope, connections, and the underlying theme of our journeys that we're having at the moment, and those journeys that we're all having as individuals, as families, as classes, as a group of staff, and wondering what those journeys are going to look like in the future. So as I finish my video today, we look forward to the last 3 weeks of term and look forward to our summer holidays. I want you to remember that as Christians, God calls us to serve. And as members of the St. Peter's School community, we are called to be Christ to all. Always remember that, and you will never go wrong. So have a good weekend, stay safe in the sun, look after each other, and God bless. Lots of love. Goodbye.